It's episode 3 of the 2023 Maryland Kubb Championship. We are at Hopkins Farm Brewery, Havre de Grace, Maryland, for this tournament hosted by Old Line Kubb, directed by Joe Harbert. I am Stu Gander. With me, Sven Heikes. Sven, what's shaking, baby?
I'm pumped, Stu. We got the second semifinal here. We got it's an old school matchup on the East Coast with Kubbstaches versus Das Kubb. Man, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, these are some legends on the East Coast and the Atlantic Kubb Tour. And we're going to find out which one of these is going to go on to the finals to face, what's their name? Kraken Beer.
Kraken Beer. Whoops.
Well, no, it's that so many people play on so many teams that you kind of forget their names.
Yeah,
which
no,
name they're going by today.
Easy to do, yeah.
Yeah, so Kraken Beer is
Woo!
our finals. So here's that championship bracket. Kubbstaches number 1 seed against Das Kubb, the 4 seed. This one ought to be a barn burner. Silver bracket, we're going to have the championship match, Ice Kubbs against Kubboing. Oh, no, that's the 3rd place match. Oh, I don't...
You don't even know.
I screw this up every time. Ron's bracket's done. That finished in the last episode. But today's matchup, Das Kubb 7-2 game record. Great job by those guys today. Number 4 seed. They did lose to the Kubbstaches in round 4. Great team out of Queen City Kubb, and they're going to be playing the Kubbstaches 7-0-2 game record. Number 1 seed Keystone Kubb. This one ought to be a barn burner. We saw Das Kubb playing really well in the quarterfinals. Mike David's throwing down some 8s, and then we haven't seen the Kubbstaches today, but undefeated. I mean, you can't beat that. So,
yeah, no, this should be good. I do have to say, on this pitch in particular, this lag is going to be important. Not only do we have the win, which we've talked about, but I believe, based on what I've seen, that drilling is definitely a little easier going towards the camera right now. So those two things in general, I think we would definitely choose side and lag, which Das Kubb has done.
Yep.
Smart decision. So yeah, it should be interesting. It's going to be good. It's going to see what Bob and Jake can do against the wind.
So Sven, you think Jake said drats or aw shucks when he hit the king there? He gave it like, the thumb snap thing where
it looked like an aw shucks to me.
Aw shucks? Yeah. That's old Swanee's signature phrase. Aw shucks.
Sounds like something Mike Karenjic would say. Just guessing.
Yeah. Mike is the nicest guy around. I don't think I've ever heard him say anything bad about anything at all. So,
no.
Yep, super great, positive guy. But the Kubbstaches start off 0-2. Sven, who you taking in this one?
I'm gonna go with Kubbstaches. I'm a homer. They're undefeated on the day. If they had this side, it would be a slam dunk. I think it's going to be closer than the experts probably think, but I'm going with Kubbstaches. How about you?
So you would take Das Kubb and the points in this one.
Yeah, whatever the points are.
yeah, I don't know either. You would take the Kubbstaches on the money line, but you would take Das Kubb and the points. I have no idea what the line is yet on this one. So I'm taking Das Kubb because of 3 reasons this time. Last time I had 2 reasons. This time 3 reasons. 1, Mike David's not wearing shoes. 2, Nick Bartlett has the main flowing. Yep. And 3, I'm a homer for North Carolina Kubb.
Yes.
I'm taking
yes,
Das Kubb.
That all makes perfect sense, Stu. And I can tell with some decent amount of authority and the inside info here that Kubbstaches have struggled up the hill against the wind all day. They haven't played much this way because they've been winning a lot of lags.
Yeah.
But when they have, it's been a lot like this.
Yeah, I mean it's the wind is the side that we're on here that Kubbstaches are on, definitely more difficult when it comes to the wind. You had mentioned the drilling. I actually haven't watched much on this pitch all day, so I don't really know, but definitely on the wind, I agree with you. Das Kubb has an advantage.
The only reason why I say drilling is if you look over on the left-hand side right now where Nick's about to drill,
Yeah.
there looks like what you only could be maybe described as kind of a hole. It's like there's a big basket to throw those peaches into. The other side, not so much. Plus, you got the wind factor. But this side, this big hole is really nice.
Seem to be just like that. It seems to be depressed a bit, doesn't it?
So you just do that over and over again. You're gonna have some pretty nice. I'm not minimizing anyone's skill. I know Nick. We know Nick can drill. We know Bob can drill. I think we're gonna see better drills on that side, mainly because of this beautiful hole.
Yeah, and as we talked about in the quarterfinal episode, Nick Bartlett unveiled his new drilling technique this week. Is that what you would call it?
I guess. Yeah, I don't know. It definitely it looks. I mean, this is a 2-with-1 if he hits it.
Yeah,
it's a nice drill. He's got to hit it though. That's the key. But
yeah. So Nick I think he used to throw when he was drilling. Oh boy. We got a whole mess of them here. There we go.
That's it. It was a 2-with-1.
It was.
It just took 4 batons.
Yeah. Oh, now we got a turn saver. I don't care who it is going into the wind. I don't think you need to give. Oh, there's the turn saver. Nice. You didn't need to give the Kubbstaches 6 batons and only 2 Kubbs.
They got a turn saver. At least they put one more in play there.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think Nick used to drill more head on, and what he's been doing lately is really trying to cut him in there, a regular cut.
Okay.
Yeah, off to the post. You don't think that? Am I the only person who thinks that?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I don't know. And I feel like he definitely seems to be cutting them more regularly. I don't know if I don't. It's not as obvious to me as like, I don't know.
That's surprising. I thought this was obvious to everybody, but maybe now you have me questioning everything, and I'm thinking, oh well, maybe now I look like a real fool for the past.
No, I don't feel. I mean, let's let this match play out. I don't remember the quarterfinal. I don't know. Did he drill in the quarterfinal? He did, right? Yeah.
Drilling all day.
Okay, I thought so. Yeah, I just don't remember. Like, look, if there was like an obvious like glaring technique difference, which there isn't to me, as far as like just his general throw and the way it looks is the same. It's just if you're right that? to me, Stu. But if you're right, and you know that he is cutting or changing or doing a particular shot much more than he used to, then you know that could be. To me, it's not glaringly obvious, but it doesn't mean it's not there.
So when I went on and on and on about this in the quarterfinals, at no point did you think to say, "Yeah, I don't agree with you."
It's not that I don't agree with you. There. I wasn't 100% sure what you were getting at. Now I understand because you explained it. At the time, I'm just not sure there was necessarily an opportunity to flush out that discussion. Is the point? It's not that I disagree with you. I just didn't understand exactly what you meant.
All right.
And you were also referencing a lot on the friendlies, and I did not see him drill much last night, so that's why too.
Well, the first time I noticed it, the first time I thought I saw it, and I thought, whoa, that's a completely different style than what Nick usually does, was at Friday night friendlies at East Coast. And then he continued it on. So I don't know.
Also did not see him drill much there, mainly because I was enamored by my Lewis shirt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So there's that. Oh,
Mike
look at
David's
this.
putting them down. Come on, I want to see some loaf, baby.
I know. Well,
yes.
there's a loaf. Let's see if we get a turkey for the win, basically. Oh, yeah. What a turn.
Look at
that. Look at that turkey.
Big old schnoz on that turkey.
It needs to get cooked.
Yeah.
Nick for game 1. Beautiful.
Oh,
what a win.
What was that? 4 with 3?
2.
4 with 2, 3 for 3 king. That's big time.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, 62%, 0.8, 22, 21% on the Kubbstaches side. That's a bit of a womp womp.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great turn. I mean, that kind of explosiveness out of any team that's hard to beat. And so they're really, the Kubbstaches number just didn't look good, but they only had, I guess they had 3 turns. But
yeah, that's 4 with 2, 3 for 3 king. That's about as good as it's gonna get.
And he keeps going.
Yeah, and Mike is
now he's got 4 in a row. He's got the super turkey over 2 turns.
Over 2 games, no less.
Yeah, that's 2 turns and 2 separate games. Yep, that's some good stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Look at that mane.
Yeah, we had mentioned how Mike was dropping 8s in the quarterfinals all day. Seems as though that's continued.
Yeah. I also did hear that he had a sweet turkey against the Kubbstaches in round 4 earlier today as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's 2 turkeys he's put up in a row.
Oh boy, that's Canadian Thanksgiving and U.S. Thanksgiving. Do they eat turkey at Canadian Thanksgiving?
I have no idea, Stu.
They should. They should. I mean,
why? Why should they?
Because it's because turkey is delicious with all the fixings and everything, but you only get to have it once a year. Like, come on, it's a little ridiculous, don't you think?
I do. Nice open there by the Kubbstaches, taking the quick lead. Look at that mane. Oh God, it's just beautiful.
What did the Kubbstaches do? I was busy thinking about turkey.
They did a Sven loaf, 2 out of 3 as a team.
See, I just think Nick is throwing him in 3rd place in the silver bracket. Projectile dysfunction. Cousin Dave takes home some hardware in his return to the Atlantic Kubb Tour.
Yes.
Yeah, I just think when I watch Nick, I think he's throwing it much flatter with more velocity and is just getting it to do that like bite and quick hop and die.
Yeah, he's definitely doing that.
Is that what he's always been
doing? I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. I don't know. It's when's the last time we saw Nick drill on these videos? Even it's been a while, and so I don't know. We should have him on and ask.
I was gonna say now we're getting ourselves another guest commentator on here.
I do have to say his efficiency in the last couple turns at 4 meters has been very, very good. Oh, that's 5 in a row. Yep. If David's doesn't cool off here in a hurry, his stashes are going down quick.
Yeah.
Whew.
Oh,
it's a 5 out of 7 club.
Yeah, 5 out of 7, and Nick still has one. Boy, that would be big if Nick could hit one too.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a great.
I feel like they dodged a bullet there.
Yeah, boy, this is the Kubbstaches are going to have to turn it on real quick here.
Yeah, I mean, they're lucky to be in a tie game in game 2 here, and obviously they need to get to game 3 to even have a chance. They need to have a big turn here. Try to sway this. Yeah, but look at Bob throwing him in this basket. Oh, that one's stuck. That one fell out of the basket, but it just didn't cut.
Yeah, and the other thing that would help them is if Mike David's cooled off a little bit for me. I mean,
well,
he's feeling it right now.
Yeah, he is feeling it. Well, and that's the thing. Based on, Bob played with him at the Spring Fling, saw him at the 1v1. Didn't see much of him at the East Coast Championship. But I mean, just the way things are trending for Mike Davis this year, you don't really expect him to cool off much. He's been playing really well, especially from 8 meters.
Yeah, that's a nice triple. Yeah, he's been dropping eights left and right all season.
Yeah. All right, I got 4. They're in the red zone.
Yep.
And no longer.
That was
that was very short.
That was very short, yeah.
There he goes. Nice correction. All right.
Was it 2 batons?
2 more. Yeah, 1 more would be huge.
There's
there
one.
It is.
Jeez, it's an 8-meter display on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just shy. So Sven, on the Atlantic Kubb Tour, this is kind of like the Green Bay Packers versus Chicago Bears. You know, they've played 100 million times, and they've been playing since anything started. So how many times do you think these two teams have probably played each other in tournament play?
A lot, but it's not always the same. Mike and Nick play together so much that Mike and Nick have played variations of Jake and Bob's teams countless times.
Yeah.
Jake and Bob haven't played together enough that this matchup in particular hasn't necessarily happened much, but a lot of Kubbstaches with Bob and Brian.
Yeah,
Brian
I'm just saying Kubbstaches versus Das Kubb in general. I mean, these two teams, and I get it, there's some roster changes on the Kubbstaches, but these two teams have played many, many times for a long time now.
Many times. And so, I mean, early on when Kubbstaches started traveling and going mainly to North Carolina, because that's where all the tournaments were, I mean, these two teams would play together against each other for titles a lot. A lot of those spring flings early on. And then the most recent, it seemed like several years in a row, was PA Championship semifinals. Das Kubb was in the semifinals of the East Coast Championship that Bob and Jake won, but they didn't play in those semifinals. They were knocked out by Jesse and Phil that year, but still. They've had a lot of deep runs together, not necessarily, even the ones they didn't play. So I mean, there's a lot of history. Plus, these guys, at least Bob and Mike, have played together a couple times. Nick doesn't really play with many people other than either Das Kubb people. It's usually either Mike or Mike Roberts.
Well, he does have that Das Kubb tattoo, so
yes. Where is that tattoo, Stu?
Well, you don't want to see. I never pegged Nick Bartlett as a tramp stamp guy, but it's what he went for. So
nice pressure clear and almost squirrel there by Mike Davis.
And wow, Kubboing knocked off Ice Kubbs for the silver bracket title. Yeah, I had Ice Kubbs winning that whole thing. Kubboing takes the gold.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yep.
All right, big turn looking to close now. Only 6 in play, 1 base Kubb. Oh, this looks peachy.
Yeah, this one is starting to look real nice. Oh, tucks that one in too.
Oh,
are they all in? No.
This could break the peaches.
It could be.
Oh, come on! Yeah, you got it.
It's
finally
the peaches.
We seized the peaches.
Oh, it's been so long, Sven.
Oh, crazy.
That's a pretty just filthy drill. I mean, that's peaches. It is what it is, but whew, that is some strong stuff.
Yeah, that one was much needed as well. But yeah, finally we see peaches. Maybe now we'll finally have opened it up and we'll get more peaches.
It is spring, so they're in bloom.
Yes.
Or I guess they're not in bloom. They're ripening, so it's easier to get peaches now than say at the scuffle.
Yes. I was trying to, like, I guess that is true, but it shouldn't matter, is my point.
It doesn't.
It's just graphics. Who put graphics in
Sometimes-
charge of peaches?
Sometimes they just don't feel like doing it, and so the bar is way higher.
Yeah.
And sometimes, it's kind of fun, and so the bar isn't very
Mhm.
high. Boy, that's a nice blast, too.
Yeah, it looks like that second coupe did roll over. I think that's what they're talking about now.
Yeah. Boy, this one is, there's definitely game-ending possibilities here. This one would
Yeah.
be a
Well, that's the thing. He got a
two quick
triple.
games.
He got a triple on the first shot. It's just they're just trying to say, look, that one's down, even though I don't think it really matters. So he just put some grass on it.
Yeah. So I think everybody's in agreement now that the one that is
The white
black down
yeah.
is down.
Yeah, the second coupe in.
Which I think is actually good for Bob, because I think you would probably want that.
Oh!
You would have wanted that coupe that was down.
How did that hop over?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought he was going to try to use it to get back
Well,
there.
I think he was, but somehow it hopped over the one that was already down. And man,
Oh.
this is just painful. They're still in the red zone. They still have 3 batons left.
Yeah, bunch of
They
singles.
just need one single, just on that back one. Got it.
Yeah.
And now the 8.
Yeah, and this is something that Jake has picked up a pressure 8 from time to time in his career.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
not gonna miss that.
Considering it took 5 to clear that basket of peaches, which is insane alone, that was a sweet 8.
And
Nice
Bob
finish.
finishes us off. So wow, 2 games in about 20 minutes here or something like that. Yeah, there's some fire coming out of these hands. 1.1, 47, 58, 1.3, 41, 60. Woo! Yeah, that's some pretty solid work on both sides there. So switch it up here. Das Kubb is going to get the good side again. So it's going to put the Kubbstaches at a bit of a disadvantage to start things off.
Yes.
So have you grown used to this AKT logo in the corner, Sven?
I have, and I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
It's good.
Yeah.
It lets everyone know what they're watching.
Yeah, in case you forgot.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Sven, this whole thing is like, we got a scoreboard, we got the logo in the corner, we got 2 teams playing high-level Kubb that both have uniforms and histories. This is like, legit. Oh!
Yeah, this is legit, and those are 2 great 8-meter shots by the Ginger Lion there.
Yeah.
All right.
Boy, how fired up do you think Das Kubb is going to be if they can pull this one off?
Very fired up.
Yeah, I agree.
They should be.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I would completely agree with you. But you could tell they've been working, and they're playing really well. It'd be a great story.
Definitely. They're off to a great start too, taking the 2 Kubb lead off the empty open again by Kubbstaches.
Yeah, this is nice double. That's one of those things in the stats. You get credit for 2 Kubbs per baton, which is good, but really that's even worth more than that, because you saved yourself at least 1 baton, if not 2.
Yeah, that shot. I mean, That's definitely a huge one, especially if he knocked at least one of those eights down, which he didn't. But still, just to get the extra 8 meter at least is massive. They've just been struggling up the hill against the wind here. It just feels like they can't freaking solve it. They can't get it
Jake is
consistent.
taking a lot of he's taking quite an angle here.
Mm-hmm.
There he goes,
Yeah, he's
picks
just
one up.
trying to figure out how to get it dialed in one way or the other.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to ride the wind a little bit now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the wind is coming kind of cross pitch to that shot. So,
Mm-hmm.
what do you like more, Sven, in a windy day like that? Do you like to kind of ride the wind like Jake is doing, or do you want to take an angle to make it either, more directly downwind or directly upwind?
Well, I think the difficulty today is that it's shifting either directly at you or slightly from left to right now.
Yeah.
Usually, I mean, if it can be blowing, like if it were right, like if I was Nick right now and it was blowing kind of off to the corner, so like from slight left to right and you're downwind, I would ride the wind with it at my back like that and try to ride it so it doesn't move the baton. Going against it like this, I don't know that I really found a great way to solve it. It just seems like I don't know.
It seems like what I usually do is I try to take an angle that would give me a head-on shot directly into the wind, because I figure then I don't have to worry as much about left and right. But yeah, I don't know that works particularly well because I seem to not hit anything in the wind. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd rather be directly into it, I guess, if I'm going against it. And yeah, I would probably try to do the same thing. If it's a side wind, it's fine. Yeah, the only thing on side winds that I don't know. I feel like there's people that try to throw it lower and harder to try to keep it out of the wind. That doesn't really work well for me because I just end up pulling it left. So generally, I just try to play it. So try to gauge. All right, it's at this intensity. It's like a couple cubes outside left or right, and aim it there, and then have it swing in. Getting better at that, but it's difficult.
I find that very difficult when you're trying to play kind of some break in it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you decide, I'm playing 10 inches or, whatever it ends up being, actually throwing to that point that you're in theory aiming at is very difficult. I think your mind kind of takes over a little bit and has you throw it towards the cube.
Yeah, I think it takes a lot of practice to get there. It definitely has taken me a lot of practice to get there. I think when I'm really playing in a lot of wind and really focusing on a certain spot that isn't the cube I'm aiming at, I tend to have to focus on that spot completely through the shot, which then at times means I'm not looking at my rotation, which is fine except when it comes out of my hand wrong and my rotation sucks, and then somebody like was that bad or not, and somebody else I need help to be like, because I kind of see it at the corner of my eye, but I'm kind of really focused on that spot, and so that can be difficult, but it does take a lot of practice to get better at it, and it's been years of just happen to be in the wind, and you play in North Carolina enough, you're gonna run into some wind, but
well, Kubbstaches with a big chance here. They cleared 3 with 2, so 4 in hand. That looked to be a bit helicoptery.
A little. That was just short.
Yeah. All right, so Bob has 2. Chance here to take the lead after being down 2 cubes early. They're working on Bubkiss right now, though. Oh, flip it at the end.
That one was weird.
Ties it up, though.
Yeah.
Das Kubb has dropped below the 1.0 kubes per baton in blasting. They're going to have to probably pick that up if they're looking to win this.
If they're talking about that 8, I think what happened, and what Mike David's trying to say here, is like the wind's what pushed it a little bit, going sideways. I don't think it was, and then that made the action weird when it hit the ground and went the wrong way. It was just a weird looking shot, but the wind is definitely pushing these batons. I still can't believe we had a basket of peaches.
It was fantastic, wasn't it? You know, that graphic was I think is an upgraded from the old one in that it's transparent or whatever. You know, there's no background to it.
Yeah, that is
That's
better.
solid stuff. Graphics has been doing a lot of work with transparencies. You know, the peaches thing, the AKT logo is semi-transparent. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of ghosted in there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Good stuff.
So Hopkins Farm, Sven, had a few drinks last night. Yep.
No, good stuff.
Yep.
Never disappoints.
Nope. Great people to work with. Is this the original brewery Kubb tournament location on the East Coast?
Yeah, it was the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked. It's worked out really well. It's our 3rd year here, and generally breweries and Kubb tournaments go pretty well hand in hand. But it's just hard. It's hard to find locations that can support this.
Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I think the first one was actually
you're right.
The Blasters.
I was gonna say, I think you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was at the at Lone Rider the first year. Actually, the first 2 years, I think. But the first year was actually a while ago because it got canceled due to COVID. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't remember what year it was, but yeah.
I think it would have been probably 2019 because then it came back in 2021 and 2022.
Yeah.
And I think you are right. I think they're the first brewery.
Yep. We need to do Tuesday night Kubb trivia, Sven. We could put a question up there, and then put your answer as a comment. Or whatever. Yeah.
Yes. We could.
That's a good idea.
That is a good idea. There's a lot of good questions you could ask too.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking. Should probably be paying attention to what's going on, but no, I'm thinking of what other questions. We can't ask that one because I just gave the answer away. Or we deduced the answer after.
Yes, we figured it out. It's like the what do they do in college football? The all-state trivia question or something.
Yeah.
Where they'll ask it and then they give the answer in the broadcast later, but the commentators try to guess.
Yeah, maybe we need to come up with our own Affleck duck.
Is it Affleck? Was it Affleck? Did I say Allstate?
Yeah,
I think it is the Affleck trivia.
Yeah, no,
question.
Allstate's the one that has
the
the hands on the net. Yeah.
Yes, you're in good hands.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe instead of the Affleck duck, we could have like the squeaky squirrel or something like that.
The squeaky squirrel.
Oh, well, that's a nice double.
Yeah.
So this one's a bit like, it looks like a 5 on a die, It's like 4 corners and 1 in the middle.
Yeah, and somehow the one in the middle is left standing.
Yeah.
So I think he was probably hoping to get the one in the middle on that first shot, just didn't get the kick.
Yeah. But 5 with 3.
Yeah, looking to tie it up. Oof. Their percentage at 8 meters just is abysmal this way.
Yeah,
it's just not good.
I bet you their stats probably aren't that bad, but that's just because they have a game too.
Yeah, I mean, you just flashed the coups per baton before this turn was like 1.3. It's just fine. But the 8 meter percentage just that's a big turn.
Yeah,
Sven Loaf
takes the lead. Yeah, that's gonna help things out.
Yeah.
All right, so now the pressure gets turned up a little bit. 7 in play.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
kind of feel like a Kubb game. There's different phases of it. That's kind of like the phase there's like up to maybe 4 in play, and then there's the 5 or 6 in play, and then when you get to 7 in play, I feel like the game changes a little bit.
Yeah. Um, the issue is as you get deeper into these turns, the possibilities or the probability of you getting another turn becomes less and less. The pressure becomes higher because, like at this point, you have 7 in play. Kubbstaches have 1 left. Even against the wind, when they just had a big turn from 8 meters.
Oh,
Whoa! You would think there's a decent chance that Das Kubb might not get another turn.
yeah.
Um,
So pressure on the drill, then
so yeah,
pressure
it
on the
just
blast,
yeah, it
and then
just
there's
adds
pressure on
everything
8
up.
meters to make something happen. Yeah.
Hmm.
Looks like Nick's working one up though here.
This looks nice. That's probably not going to be peaches, but he's still
Oh, that
stacked one
one
in.
is
That's
nice.
nice.
Yeah, and
That one out is the only reason why that's not peaches in my mind. Nice
I
neighbor.
agree with you. And that's a friendly neighbor too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this could be over if they get going.
It could be. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you got to think that you get that cleared in 3, worst case.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like there's some question about, I don't know if it's one of the raised Kubbs or the friendly neighbor Kubb. I'm sure they'll figure it out or have a fist fight. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, I think the question is they're placing that coup. There's one that was leaning hard. I think Mike, and rightfully so. I think he just didn't want to change something without the defense changing it. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah, I get you.
they don't want to like, oh well, this one I'm gonna make it right, but that you don't want to be in an area in that gray area of like, well, did he turn the coup? Even if it was inadvertent, and just it's good to call in the defense and just like, hey, this is where we're at and this is what we're doing, just so everyone's on the same page.
Yep, makes sense. Boy, Nick, great first baton. That second one touched the 2 outside ones, and neither of them went down.
Wow.
That
middle cube will not go down. It's been hit at least twice now.
Yeah.
Well, heck, the other 2 were hit twice too. Unbelievable. There it is. All right.
All right. So they're in the red zone, right?
Yes, they are.
All right.
2 8s for the win.
Oh,
Wow.
there's one.
Maybe not.
Oh, they only had 2? All right.
Yeah,
well, either way, still a big turn because you got 8 in play now, tied up in game 3, Sven. It doesn't get any closer than this.
No. This is good stuff. The drama.
Yes. A berth in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
You think it means a little bit more since this is the first time this tournament's ever been played? You want to get your name on that trophy for the first time?
I don't know if it means more. I think it's anytime you get this far in a tournament, you just want to finish it. And so, whether it's the first time or not, I mean, I think
yeah, I agree with you. I don't think, yeah, I was going to say, it doesn't matter. You just want to win, and that's it.
Yeah. You get down this far, and it's like, all right, let's just, especially if your Kubbstache is number 1 seed, you expect to be in the final. Obviously, you're not going to overlook a team like Das Kubb, but it. Yeah, I mean, you're up against it in game 3, so this is what you put in all that work for.
Yep.
Hopefully, have a good turn here and finish it off. But this one could go either way.
It's right there. Somebody's going to have a good drill, good blast, and then set themselves up and knock down that last 8 and take this to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
To face Kraken beer.
Yes.
So this marks, speaking of Kraken beer, this marks the 2-year anniversary of Dan Corey playing in his first tournament ever.
Yeah, it does.
He's been on tour for 2 years now.
Pretty much blows your mind when you think. I mean, that's an impressive player. That's a lot of skill in a player that's really only played competitively for 2 seasons.
Yep.
Not even. I mean, he missed the first 2 events of that first year.
Yeah,
right?
but that was the first one he played in was East Coast that year, right here in Havre de Grace. So I don't want to say that wrong. Oh, Bob picks up one.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, no, I mean, but go from 0 to where Dan's at now is
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, Dan's always been really. I mean, even when he first came on, he was an impressive player.
Yeah.
But
I
he's
think
made,
that first tournament he finished T5, didn't he, playing with his wife? I know he made the championship bracket. I think he faced oh, that's a big clear. That was the Sneezes they were playing in the first round, I think.
Yeah, they were the number 2 seed, I think. Because I think, I believe Coop Snipers were number 1.
Yeah. Okay. So Jake here,
Red Zone.
winner, chicken dinner for all of it right here. Oh, just shy.
Nope.
0 for 2. All right, Das Kubb with a chance now.
Yep. See this new drill.
That's all. Wait till you see this, Sven. Whoa.
Well, he's been piling them in there.
Yep. Of course, the friendly neighbor the last turn was probably 1 cube away from a basket of peaches.
It was. I think if that last cube turns in instead of just sitting there perpendicular to the thrower, I think that's peaches all day.
Yeah.
And now he's just seems like he can just land him in that basket there.
Yeah, they are cutting a bit though.
Sorry.
I think once he gets his wall set up, he's ready to rock and roll. And now that wall is set up. That one was a little loose.
Yep. Same with that one.
Maybe that one too.
Still, not bad.
Yep. Nope. Nothing wrong with that. And he's going to get a couple rethrows here. These rethrows, actually, it looks like he's going to get 3. You can do a lot of filling up with three rethrows.
Yeah, once you get up to 8, 9, 10 in play, it's basically just you can fill up a lot of gaps.
Oh yeah, you can. Oh, just like that.
Gorgeous.
Oh, another one.
Jeez, Nick. Wow.
A
gorgeous.
Second friendly neighbor in a row, Nick Bartlett.
That is impressive.
Yeah, it is. So what, it took them, how many did it take them to clear this the last time? They had, it was the, those 2
It was
cubes. They had
7 in play, and they cleared in 4.
Okay.
And then they got an 8.
Yeah.
So Kubbstaches cleared there 8 and 4. And we're in the red zone, so this one, it definitely could be. They need it in 4. It could be there. Just got to execute. This front 4 look like that could be hit that split right, and then there could be a double single. I mean, this could be 3. They hit this right. Oh, and the neighbor. Yes, the neighbor should definitely make it easier in 3, and maybe depending on how much explosion you can get off these first 5.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to put it right in front of those front 2. No, right behind them.
Yeah, I think my goal here would be get this 5 with 1.
Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do. What's the best way to get this 5 with 1? And then at that point, you think there's probably a double with the remaining 3 somewhere, or at least a chance at a double.
Yeah, I think there's the double somewhere in those last three. This is a big shot, though.
Yep. And the sun's come out for it a little bit. That's nice.
Yeah, we haven't seen many nasty blasties in a while either.
Oh, what is it? One, two,
That
three,
was
four.
5.
That's
That's different
5.
5
Yeah.
than we expected, but that'll work. This could be a double if he hits this right. Either way, you should be in the red zone with 2 singles.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to decide. They may not shoot it to double. There, it looks like on the one on the left, our left-hand side, there might be a Kubb in front of it.
Yeah, I think it wouldn't hurt to take a little bit of an angle here on the one on our right, his left, and see if you get any action out of it, but make sure you get the single.
Oh, just over the top. Yeah, this is a situation where having a lefty. Oh no, field
no.
goal. A lefty would be helpful.
Yes. Pressure clear situation now.
Got
Nice.
it. Use the junk.
Yep.
Use the junk to his advantage.
Always a good call.
Yep. So now everything turns over to the Kubbstaches. Kubbstaches with a chance to end it here and move on to the finals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they just gotta keep trying to put themselves in position. Keep trying to get in that red zone. I mean, it's a little bit of a grind this way. Groups haven't seemed too bad. Their Coupe Breton is still really good. His first 2 shots look nice.
Oh yeah, he's got his wall built up now. We know how Bob likes to cut it into that wall that he makes. Some pretty good stuff right there, Sven.
Yep. 3.
Or not. What, you got 3 rethrows? Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Those looked
Yeah.
like 2 out of those 3 looked really good. They just were just short. No, he didn't even check them, so it wasn't even close.
Oh. Looked like he threw it a little short on that one. It was shorter than he was hoping for, at least.
Yeah, it was tight, and that's a penalty.
Yep.
That's why we got the reaction. But it was that one didn't look like a bad shot. Just happens.
Yeah, it just looked like it didn't. You throw them sometimes, and as soon as they're out of your hand, you just go, "Oh boy."
Yeah, that one almost looked like it backed up a little more than he was expecting. But who knows? Sometimes it's like they back up and then they roll over that extra quarter turn, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
But out of his hand, I don't feel like it looked like a terrible shot. Just, it happens. Unfortunately for them, throwing penalties at this stage of the game is obviously going to cost you at least a baton.
Yep.
Could cost them a shot at the 8 or the king.
Well, and when there's 8 in play, an extra baton might also be giving up an advantage line or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that speaking of, he thought it hopped back a little bit more. That it doesn't matter what it is or how in the zone you are. Every once in a while, you'll get a hop where you're just like, whoa, where did that come from?
Yeah. Throw it right out of your hand, and then all of a sudden it goes completely opposite the way you expect it to. You're like, okay, that's
Yeah. All right, I'll just not remember that one.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, I tell you what, Sven, I know how Jake likes to try to rescue batons.
Kubbs?
Kubbs.
Maybe we'll get Cousin Dave in the ambulance. Is that what you're hoping for?
I hope.
We should just have him. If it were to happen like now that he's done with bracket play, we should have him like drive by in Bob's minivan back there.
Yes. with a beer in hand.
Yeah, of course. All right, still in the red zone if they can knock this one down.
Yep. Looks like it's about 7.5 meters.
Mm-hmm.
This would kill our chance for a rescued Kubb.
Oh, yeah, it would, but we're still alive for that.
Come on, Jake, you can miss twice.
We're rude for it. Can't get the 8.
All right. So we've been stuck at 8 for the last couple turns here. So Das Kubb now with a chance to move on to those same finals to face Kraken Beer.
Yeah. This is crazy.
Yeah, so Nick is his drilling game has been pretty over these last 2 throws.
The only thing we haven't seen is a big basket of peaches out of him. He's throwing 2 neighbors in a row. Absolutely drilling the lights out. Off to a pretty nice start here.
Yep. Oh,
gorgeous. It's awesome force in there. Oh,
piling them in.
This looks really peachy.
Yeah, it does. Was it one rethrow?
One rethrow. This is all peaches. If this is anywhere near this pile, it has to be peaches. If it's on top, slam dunk peaches. Oh! Oh!
One.
Oh! He neighbors it.
Oh!
Give him some peaches.
Well, I don't know. They can only do one graphic.
Yeah, they can do more than that. Oh. We've seen neighbors with peaches before. Lazy graphics department. That was
when you placed the Kubb.
Oh, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, that was.
It's
Sven.
It's one of the most badass things you can do, and I'm sorry if you have to edit that out, but I don't think you should. You have the look at that.
59 and 6 on the case score.
I'm surprised the Kubbstaches are that high, but their Kubbs for Raton is carrying them right now.
Yeah. What happens when you're tied 8 in play in game 3?
Yeah, but let me tell you, like, you have the rethrow 8 in play, game 3 semifinals, and to go neighbor on the rethrow it's pretty awesome stuff there by Nick Bartlett.
Yeah, it is.
And these guys can look at this all day long. He's still standing there with a Kubb in his hand. I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like, you obviously want to try to make the best decisions you can, but at the end of the day, he still has one to place.
Yeah. Yeah. Nick Bartlett has the turkey of friendly neighbors.
He does. I mean, that's also something I don't think we've ever seen. It's 3 neighbors, 3 turns in a row, each have a neighbor. That is impressive stuff. And this, I think, is a basket of peaches. Maybe graphics is waiting for them to place the neighbor, but I kind of doubt it. I think they're lazy.
That's always a possibility. They did give the neighbor graphic already.
I know, I saw it. But I think it's a basket of peaches. I think this is over.
Boy, that would be a... We've already had one lightning bolt go through your bracket today. A second would be incredible.
And the only thing that can get them on this one is if it just ends up being a little too tight and they can't get through it.
Yeah,
but
I thought
look at this thing.
Yeah, that's
peaches. Even the one on the right there, all right, that's not a problem. That's still in the basket as far as I'm concerned.
I think I might actually place this Kubb to incorporate that one on our right more.
I agree, because like if you it's tough from this vantage point to really understand it. But I feel like if you connect that on our right side, their left, connect that out, and then you hit it right, I could see you getting 8 with 1.
I just I agree with you. Yes, it's also, I think if you put it there where they're looking, it gives you a lot more chance to get it clogged up.
Mm-hmm.
And they're perplexed by this one.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, and what we're proposing may not even be that realistic because we're not up there. We can't see the angle of that. This front two, obviously the one with the black on top, looks like it's kind of facing the one that's in the back right.
Yeah.
With the white up, but what we can't see, it's hard to see, is what the angle is, what's facing, and how the Kubb to the left of the black topped one towards the front is. And so it's hard to know, like, if depending on what the angles are, it might not make sense to put it where we're proposing, but
either way, I mean, if you're gonna, 2 or 3 is still there.
Either way, it's a basket of peaches, and he got robbed.
Oh,
wow.
Touched it again. No, that hurts.
See, this is when it starts to get hard, because now it's like, all right, you got Kubbs that are all askew in front. You have to hit accurate shots. All right, there's one.
Yeah, well, and now you've put yourself in pressure clear, and you just hit the junk in front. And this looks like a tough double.
Uh-huh.
Oh, he made a run at it too. Hopped right over.
Unbelievable.
Alrighty, so that is, boy, this might be tough to come back from.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because I would even say they threw away one. I mean, that was just, you have that much debris. It's just so easy to have batons skip all over the place when you have debris like that.
Yep, and you're throwing at such a small target on your on the Kubb. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I always hate to see advantage lines in, big matches like this one.
Especially on groups like that. That was a basket of peaches.
Yeah, I agree.
I know graphics doesn't, but that was a basket of peaches, and I really felt phenomenal blast shot there. Could take out 7 of them.
We got to tell Nick Bartlett, you've been awarded a basket of Svens, because Sven is. You get a basket of Svens for that one.
I don't know if anyone wants one. But
well, you don't. There doesn't need to be a graphic. Anytime.
Lewis might want one, but other than that.
Yeah, anytime you want to call a basket of Svens, or just award a basket of Svens. So, yeah. All right, so what do we miss? What do we hit there? 2 or 3 of them?
What do we have? I think we have a total of 7 out there. I think he hit maybe 3. There might be 2 doubles left.
Yeah.
And they're not easy doubles.
No. Oh, and that's a single. So that was really not a double.
No. This is an important one now. This is their 3rd baton.
Yeah.
They need the double, single, king.
There's the double. So they are,
red zoning, but
yeah, red zone. Jake looks like he's ready to throw at the king. He's confident. All right, and there it is.
There it is.
So Jake for the king. And he gets.
All right.
So the Kubbstaches move on. What an incredible showing by Das Kubb, though. 8 in play in game 3. Had a little bit of unfortunate.
Look at that.
Yeah, 1.1, 40, 60 to 60, Sven. It doesn't get any closer than that.
No, like I said, the only thing saving Kubbstaches was their 1.5 Kubbs per baton, but whew, unbelievable.
Yeah. Boy, I tell you what. But that sets up Kraken Beer against the Kubbstaches. Of course, this is a... well, we've seen all of these guys in the finals of multiple tournaments over the past year or so. So this one ought to be a barn burner. 1 seed versus 3 seed, Sven. One more episode next week. That ought to be a beauty.
Whew, looking forward to it, Stu. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I agree with you. So, so tune in next week for that finals, a best of 3 between Kraken Beer and the Kubbstaches. That ought to be a great one. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. Sven, hit me with some pearls of wisdom.
You're trying to get some camera time there?
Probably.
Great.
He doesn't have anything else to do.
No, great performance by both these teams, especially Das Kubb. That was an amazing performance. Unfortunately, I still don't know how they lost Game 3 there. Those were see Bartlett drill like that. What a show!
Yeah, that was solid work.
Looking forward to the finals, Stu.
I agree. All right, until next time, bazooka.
Bazooka.